Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. Today we've got a big double header and there are some landmark moments in this series. So you can see on the screen our first of today's two games. It's a big game for us in international duty. We're in our first break playing an away game against Russia. That's the first time we've ever played an international game on this channel. And then tomorrow, I don't know the air miles we'll be racking up, which is quite ironic in the current circumstances. We have got a big game with Salford and we are heading off. You probably noticed a little bit on the screen there. We are heading to Wembley for the Leasing.com trophy final. Arsenal under 23s are the opponents. We've had a great run to the final. We've beaten United, we've beaten Crew, we've beaten some good League One teams as well, and we are in the final against Arsenal. The under 23 shouldn't be quite as hard as 5 or 6 years ago. Most of them have made it through to the first team now, but there's still some absolute stars there. So that's going to be the second of today's double header, and it's going to be a big tie for us. You can see we're top of League One, and we'll go through all those results in a moment. Everything looking rosy for us there, and you can see also that we lost 4-0 in our first game with Ireland away at Germany. It was always going to be like that, so I didn't bother showing it. I wanted a competitive game, and I hope Russia will be a bit more like that. So hopefully you'll enjoy both of those. If you are looking forward to it, please do put a thumbs up on the video. A massive thank you to everyone who supported the series so far, and for those who continue to do so, I really am grateful. The numbers are up so much in the last couple of weeks, and I can't thank you enough for that. And there's a couple of new things I've got to talk to you about as well, so if you are new to the channel, subscribe and get that notification bell on, because there are some new things coming to the channel this week. So on Sunday we'll see the debut of our football stadium review, myself and a friend trying to do the 92 club, so we're going to go through all the games we've been to together, just something to fill our Saturdays while we're not going to the games anymore. And then also, if all goes well NHS work wise and I am available at the weekend, I'm hoping to do my first ever live stream on Sunday, and the reason for that is if we look at the timings now, this episode and the last one of the season should take us through to the summer transfer window. So the last episode of the season where we find out if we get promoted will be on Friday, and then on Sunday we're going to have a live transfer special. Let's see what Chris Casper can do for Salford. Moving up to the Championship, it looks all but certain now. Is he going to be able to get the players in we need? That is the one thing we've got to wait to see. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you to that live. If not, of course we'll have a normal episode. We'll reflect on all the transfer business, but if you are available Sunday afternoon, please do come and join me. Probably be early afternoon, sort of 1-2 o'clock, and in the episodes later this week and on the community tab I will confirm the time once it's known. But thank you very much for your support as always. Also on the podcast channel we'll be starting our FM network career on Sunday. I've also got one plan for this channel in the next couple of weeks as well. A whole season head to head against other managers. Who's going to come out on top in the league? We've all picked teams at similar levels in these series, so hopefully that will be a good series too. But today we've got a big double header to focus on, so let's head straight into this first game with the Republic of Ireland. Here we go then. Most of the League One fixtures are on. Ours is off not because of us managing Ireland, but obviously because we're playing in the trophy final tomorrow. So that's at Wembley. We're not going to be playing as a result. Not a big attendance here for the Russian team, and we've got a bit of a balanced team issue as well. So I'm going to take you through some of the physical issues. We've got so many people we can only give 45 minutes. Kieran O'Hara, he's the backup keeper, can only play 45. The first choice keeper, Max O'Leary, has turned up to international duty tired. Have you ever seen a goalkeeper who's tired and needs a rest? Max O'Leary is that man. So our first two keepers are on the bench. We've got a couple of other players missing out. Troy Parrott can only do 45, as can Adam Idar, so I'm having to split some of the first choice players. We're going for the 4-2-4. It was recommended by our assistant manager. He actually wants a 4-4-2, but Obafemi's been struggling physically, as has our left midfielder Cannell. Because we've got other central midfielders out, Cannell can't play out wide, all of those little knock-on effects. So eventually we will go 4-4-2, but this is our team for today. We've got Bazanu in goal, Manning and O'Connor the fullbacks, with Murphy and Dillon centre half. So Murphy and Dillon aren't our first two defenders. Lenihan's the best, but Dillon's a youngster, 22 years of age, Murphy 22. So I'm trying to get young players experience in these friendlies. It's probably the only international friendly we'll ever show in this series. The rest of them will all be competitive ones. We've got Malumbi in the middle alongside Cannell, Whelan and Ferry the wingers. Whelan's got a remarkable stat I'll show you in a minute, and Idar and Connolly the two up front, both good young strikers in real life. But let's look at the schedule, and I've got to show you this Germany game. Cormac Whelan got himself sent off in an international friendly for 2 basic yellow cards. So a tug of the shirt and another silly trip. I have no idea how he got a red for those 2. And we just got rings run round us. There's some great players there. You can see Isak and Schaefer got 3 of the goals between them. They're worth a combined 115 million. They're earning a combined 300 grand a week. We just can't compete. So this is the team for today. This is the game we're playing. Let's go and play our first ever international fixture on the channel and see if we can get a result against Russia. 4-2-3-1 for the Russians, and only one player with a picture we recognise. Golovin, who was once the wonder kid there, had a lot of injury troubles, played at Monaco for many years now, still a very good player at that level, and he's on 165 grand a week. I mean, that's the difference. I also recognise Karavayev at right back, and I'm not quite sure where from. So I don't know why I know that name, but again, a very solid fullback. Definitely not as good as Germany. They're a bit closer to our standard than that, but they'd still be favourites, I would have thought. I don't think we got to see that screen before, actually. So let's go and tell the lads to give it what they've got. We need to prove a point out here. How can you be demotivated by that? Very bizarre. We're going to do the tunnel interview, get into the first half. This is a very different stature of size we're managing now. So a big team, international stadiums. We've got an early corner with Ferry, headed away by Golovkin. And look what's happened now. They're just surging down the right with Bakiev. He's just gone the whole length of the pitch. No one's closing him down. Why not? Karavayev again, into the edge of the box. What a bad start this has been. 3 minutes in, and from our own corner we concede. Bakiev, the right winger, with a goal. Malumbi missed an interception, and no one else really covered themselves in glory. And this is going to be a really tough task. We mentioned when we first introduced Ireland, was it 3 episodes ago? I think it was episode 5 this season. We talked about them having a bit of a weakness down the spine of the team. We've got no 3 midfielders we can play in there, as Whelan picks it up on the right, beats a man. Oh, that was a naughty tackle. Got the ball though. It looked a poor animation, but he won it back comfortably. He put Shalov away. Over on the left wing, back inside to Kororov. They've got so much time here. This is really poor. Up to Bakiev, the goal scorer. Back again to central midfield. Out to the wing-back, Karavayev. We've looked at him again. It's into the box, cleared away. I apologise in advance for some of the Russian pronunciations. As they're in again, we're going to be talking about them a lot. I want to sort of introduce to Ireland. I was trying to talk about the way we were going to play, what we were aiming to do, but Bakiev scored again. He's interrupted us with 2 goals in 7 minutes. And this is looking like a horror show. Why on earth are we so bad? I mean, against Germany, we held off for 40 minutes. This game is not going to be good. So we're just going to try and ignore this game and talk about our plans for the competitive fixtures. We're playing more youngsters today. We knew it wasn't going to be great, but we didn't expect to get overrun like this. I'm going to have to drop to cautious because they're just running rings round us. Why is Bakiev not being marked? He's just run through the whole team again. And you know what? The fullbacks are on more attacking duties. They can't be, because they're just getting absolutely rinsed there. So we're going to drop him to support Manning, just see if he can actually mark this lad for a moment. Bakiev on a hat-trick after 10 minutes. He's flying through the team. I wonder if he's a real player. Can we have a look? I don't even think I can click on him there, can I? He's 29, so he is a real player. He's from Spartak Moscow. Looks very decent, but shouldn't be running rings around us like that. He's at Celtic now as Golovin puts the ball in. Oh, that's volleyed off the line. Still bobbling around. It is 3-0. And Bakiev has a hat-trick. 22 minutes. Oh, dear. What has gone on here? Have anyone got any suggestions? I know we talked about not playing the best players. We've got 3 brilliant strikers. But if they can't get a kick, does it matter how many are on the pitch? I think this could be 4 in a minute. How many goals are we going to lose by? Anyone down in the comments? I don't even want to watch the game now. We could get the double figures at this rate. In they go again. Semenov just wide. 27 minutes, 3-0 and comfortable. They've only had 3 shots on target, to be fair. So no shots on goal apart from the goals. And here's Ferry with a corner for us. Can we get one back? Off the line. Connell, back to Murphy. The centre half has scored a screamer from 25 yards off the corner of the woodwork. What a goal by Murphy. He's a centre-half by trade, not got a great long shot or finishing rating. We'll take them if we can get them. It's a bit worrying that's the only way we're creating chances, but it's a chance and a goal nonetheless, and our first in charge of an international team. Half-time, 3-1 we trail. It's disappointing, we've got to tell the boys that. And in the second half, we need a much better performance. I've got 5 minutes before I have to make these subs. We'll just start doing them. I won't talk you through them in this one. It's definitely not the most important of the 2 games today. But about Ireland, moving into the Nations League, moving into the qualifiers as well, we've got to start to find our form. We're going to try and get a few players tinkering in. We'll obviously have some more experience coming into the squad. We're not going to stick with these youngsters forever, but hopefully we will be able to find a winning formula, or it's going to be a very long spell for us. Malumbi's supposed to be our only good player in that spine of the team, and he's been poor. So in comes Alan Brown. What else can we do out there? Cormac Whelan, he's going to be replaced by Obafemi, and we will just drop to that standard 4-4-2 then. So Obafemi out to the right wing. He's going to be matched by Connell on the left-hand side. That looks a bit more traditional. We like the look of that. Well, just over 15 left. I was about to say we've stemmed the tide and there's no highlights, and back we are with a Russia throw-in. It's in an advanced position and they're just keeping it, but Parrott's nicked it off the last defender here. He's in one-on-one, he's got to finish. Oh, it's poor. He took too long and it was saved easily in the end. Corner kick, it's going to be delivered. We'll make our last two changes after it as well. Manning puts the ball in. Parrott's there, heads over the bar. Not clinical enough in front of goal at all. Cassidy's going to come on up front for Connolly. We just need to try and get someone some experience. He's not really played any minutes for us yet, so a completed forward on support. I don't think we've got any other options there, so he'll be that. Connell's knackered, but I haven't got a left winger on the bench because obviously we took Will Ferry off already. John Bell's a youngster. He's someone I'd like to get on, so let's bring him on for O'Connor. Just an 18-year-old. He's nowhere near as good as the rest of the squad. 19 now he's just turned. He's at Nottingham Forest. He's on loan out at Grimsby. He wanted to talk about switching to England, so I've sort of been forced into playing him. He's got big potential. He could be a star in the future, and hopefully he'll be able to achieve that with us. 10 minutes left. Russia with a throw on the left-hand side. I'm so disappointed with how this game's gone. I've got to be honest, the fact that we conceded with all the shots on target, you can't write stuff like that. I'm interested in your thoughts though, and I do need your help with it. Let us know down in the comments what formation you think we should play. Do we go for the attacking approach? Of course that 4-2-4 did work to an extent with Dorking in lower league football in my other series. The classic 4-4-2 quite often works quite well, but we are getting overrun in the middle, and I know we've got more experienced players to come back in. We were missing 4 or 5 of our first teamers who are tired. We've got one centre midfielder who's unavailable due to injury as well. But hang on a minute, Parrott on the right, into the box, Cassidy's there. Oh, he's hit the bar. He's not going to get much of a kick with the other 3 strikers, but he nearly made his mark there. You've got to be fair to him. As we say that, Russia straight back at the other end. They're in, Ivanov shot saved. It's blocked by the defender. The keeper was beaten. And again, they're picking it up. They recycle the possession so well. But talk to me about where you think we should play our tactic, how you think we're going to get on. I've got a feeling this is going to be a tougher job than I thought. Koldenov gets it away as far as Dillon. He's picking it up on the left to Manning. Delivers to the back post. Parrott heads in. Oh, he's offside. I thought we got one back there, but it's a little bit too late anyway, and unfortunately it's not going to count. As with 15 seconds of stoppage time to go, it's going to be 3-1 to Russia, isn't it? There we go then. The defeat's confirmed. I guess there's one positive, which was our centre-half scored a screamer. We got a few more youngsters a cap, but otherwise there's a little bit of work to do here. We've got 6 months nearly before our next game, none in the summer, so September are our next fixtures. That's going to be competitive football, so we've got to be prepared for that. But either way, we were just introducing Ireland today. It's the only friendly you'll ever see. We're going to be back for the big one tomorrow. It's Salford v Arsenal under-23s at Wembley Stadium in a Leasing.com trophy final. So we're going to pop back from Russia very quickly, and I'll be with you in a minute to go through the lineup. Here we go then. It's final day at Wembley, and we start with bad news. Archie Dixon, the star central midfielder, he's not fit to play. We might nick him on the bench just in case we need some magic for 15 minutes, but unfortunately he would have been starting, so that's a bad start. Let's go and have a look at the schedule just so I can show you the recent fixtures. And we did have some good news from the League One games yesterday. So you were last with me, of course, for the Mansfield game. And it was just after transfer deadline day. We signed Reynolds, we sold a couple on. The director of football quite active on that day. And since then, we've been in brilliant form. So in February, we concluded a fantastic run. 11 games in a row without conceding. That's in the league, 12 in all competitions. 10 in the league, 12 in all competitions. Really brilliant run. So after that Mansfield game, we won 2-0 against Forest Green. Connor Chaplin with a brace. 1-0 at Wigan. Ben Close getting the goal. 2-0 against Wickham. Charlie Reynolds and Connor Chaplin scoring. Reynolds with his first for the club, of course. We then beat United in the quarter-final of the Leasing.com trophy. That on penalties after a 0-0 draw. Then at home to former club Scunthorpe, we got our revenge for episode 4 this season. A 2-0 win. Smith and Chaplin with the goals there. Then a 1-0 win at Crewe. Labala with a goal. At Exeter, it was Lucas Smith with a winner. Then away to Walsall with a went wrong. A 2-1 defeat, Archie Dixon cancelling out an early goal just before the break, but in the second half we were beaten and deservedly so. James Hardy, did we have him in FM18? Again, I'm thinking Dover for some reason. I'm sure we did. Let me know down in the comments again. I'm sure his name rings a bell, but I can't remember 2 years back. Oxford at home we drew 0-0. Away to Peterborough 2-2. That wasn't a bad result. They're a side who are right up there in 3rd or 4th, so it just kept that distance to the automatic places. And then at home to Crawley last time we won 3-1. Lucas Smith with an early hat-trick, a late consolation which meant nothing for Crawley. So if we look at the league table and more importantly yesterday's results, it will show you where the good news is. Ipswich, who are in 3rd, drew 3-3. Walsall, who are in 2nd, drew 0-0. And in 4th place, Peterborough lost 2-0. So everything looking great for us there. We're now 11 points clear with 6 games to go. You'd have to do very, very well to throw that away. So I'm crossing my fingers that promotion's almost there. We'll of course get back to that and we'll come back for the party at the end of the year. Or a 10th finish if we somehow do bottle it. But for now, we're going into this final. Who are the favourites? I presume it's Arsenal. It is just about, but they've got a few players unavailable. Lots of injuries, a common Arsenal problem. England under 21 duty for someone else. So I've got a little bit of confidence there. Let's see what we can do. George Grant struggling with injury as well. But otherwise, I think we can play the same team as last time. On Tuesday night, we won. Why would we change it? At right back, we can bring in Porter. Left back, we can keep Sibley in because we can have 6 loanees in this competition. And that means Dixon can come on the bench as well. He'll just go like for George Grant. Connor Chaplin's back to fitness. That's one I didn't look at actually. So what did Teller do in his last game? Did he play well? He got a 6.6. So I think we can take Teller out. Smith on the right. This has been our preferred way. Connor Chaplin up front on his own. And then Teller on the bench in place of Zach Brown. That gives us no striker though. So Zach Brown might have to be on the bench too. Who do I take off? I think it's got to be Dixon, hasn't it? He's not fit. What's the point in putting him there? So Zach Brown on the bench. That's our 18 for today. His Horgard in goal. Porter and Sibley the fullbacks with Beresford alongside Sykes in the middle. Close, Reynolds and Williams the midfield 3. Reynolds going over to the advanced playmaker. Williams backing in his preferred role. And then Smith and Labala out wide with Connor Chaplin up front. So let's go and get into this. Comments down below. Who do you think's going to win? Will we be able to complete the job? And can we celebrate our first Wembley trophy of the series? In fact, our first trophy in total. Let's see if we can do it. 4-2-3-1 for Arsenal. And just look who's over on the right wing. Does anyone remember last season? Dave Kyle on loan for us. He's there. He's still doing well. Good attacking winger. Plenty of pace. He was a star for us. Or one of the best rated players in the Championship when we were there. So he's going to be a formidable opponent. They've got loads of regens that are going to be high quality. But let's focus on ourselves. Ask the lads to pick up where they left off. They were brilliant against Crawley on Tuesday. So let's say if we play the same way, the trophy will be ours. And let's kick off in the first half. Tunnel interviews, you'd expect that. This game will probably be on TV. It's a final, although it's a rubbish competition. Look at that lovely suit. Red and white club colours. That is absolutely beautiful. Into the first half we go and it's Arsenal with a corner. 2 minutes in, Collins heads down. Edwards there. There's a chance to shoot. Held up but finds Kamara. Blocked into Hines. Always offside. Whoa, that was about to be a disastrous start for the second game in a row. We survive it. 20 gone. There's not been much happening, but Arsenal back again with the highlights. I've noticed they've got a few players struggling for fitness even this early on, but they've gone long here. It's headed away. Well done, Ben Close. Gets there first. Finds Williams. Over the top towards Chaplin. It was a straight ball. It was easy to defend. Didn't really have enough on it. Back to the centre half again. Long ball for Arsenal. Don't often see this much direct play from us, but Close shows his quality. Brings it down for Lucas Smith. Runs through his challenge. Finds Reynolds. Oh, what an effort. Hits the post. Durham gets rid of it. A panic for the Arsenal keeper. What an effort that was from Reynolds. I thought it was a goal. I celebrated too early. Lucas Smith picks up a poor goal kick though. Let's get back to focus. We're starting to get a foothold here. The long ball's poor though. Why are we playing so direct all of a sudden? It's not something we often do. Ben Close brings it down. Do we just put it down to the Wembley nerves? Williams over again. It's worked this time though. Oh, the centre half missed it, but Chaplin's finish was poor. Straight at the keeper. Oh, it should have been 1-0. Sibley with a throw on the left. We're still coming forward. Though Arsenal are away on the break here. They've got 3 or 4 up. They find a man on the right. Brilliant defending Sibley. Took it off Dave Kyle easily there. Then proceeded to pass it away. Keep your praise till a bit later. Learn that lesson from it. Collins at the back. Arsenal playing lovely stuff. I tell you what, they haven't been a threat so far. But they've played really good football. And I say they haven't been a threat as they come down the left wing now. Into the box. Beresford heads away only as far as Dave Kyle. The one player these lads lads will know how to play against. They don't do it though, they let him have the shot. It's just wide of the post. There we go then. You'd argue we should be on the lead based on those stats. But I mean, in the highlights, it's mainly been Arsenal coming forward. We've had 2 good chances which we've wasted. Otherwise, it's been an even game. So we'll tell the lads that we want more from them. They've not been at their best. We've got them fired up, but we very rarely concede goals, and that's the positive we can take. Now just can we get up the other end and score one? 20 minutes to go. We haven't looked like we've got a chance to do so we've got to make substitutions. Up front, I'm going to put Lucas Smith up there, just because he's been more threatening in recent games. Chaplin's going to be replaced by Teller on the right wing. In central midfield, Joe Williams replaced by Orlando Charlesworth. Just the 2 for now. Tom Field at left back as well. Tom Field on for Sibley. He's given the ball away a few times. Let's see if these lads can make the big difference. Well, we've got to stoppage time. Nothing's happened. Dave Kyle's come off. Arsenal on the attack now. Not like this. Not in the last minute. What a save, Horgard. Great reflexes and we hack it away. But we're through to the 92nd minute now. And there's only going to be one more chance in this game. Let's hope it's one for Salford. It's not. Godden coming down the left for Arsenal. This is the moment we hate watching. Devlin doesn't get there close. No, not like that. No. Oh, it's hit the post. It's away. Ben Close, after the best season I've ever seen from one of my players, nearly cost us the Wembley final like that. It would have been heartbreaking if he'd done so. We've still got the corner to defend, so we're not out the woods just yet. Godden puts it into the back post, beats everyone for a goal kick. I don't know if the final has extra time. All the other ones just go straight to penalties, so I wonder what will happen here. Will we go straight to penalties? Don't know. Horgard says there's no rush to take the kick. I haven't got time wasting on, have I? I haven't. So that's just experienced game management. The captain obviously fancies it. Maybe he fancies himself in penalties. Here's Field at left back. All the way back to the keeper. They're playing for a draw here. I'm not sure I'm a fan of my players for that. Sykes at the back. Long ball forward. Over the top to Lucas Smith. It is penalties. The game ended mid-attack, which I'm not a big fan of. But we are going straight to penalties. And I've just realised that Connor Chaplin was the best penalty taker. Look at those stats. 8 down for penalty takers. The goalkeeper is second. He's my joint best penalty taker. So I've got Labala first, then Jacob Horgard, the goalkeeper second. Ben Close, Tom Field, because he's got better composure. For anyone who asks, that's why I choose between the ones with the same rating. The best composure goes top. Lucas Smith, I might even put him above because he's got good composure and finishing. So Field, Smith, Reynolds. Then we're going to have Beresford, Porter, Charlesworth, Teller and Sykes. Who knows what's going to happen? Let's just see if we can win it. Devlin going first. Arsenal will have the chance to be ahead the whole way through. Put a lot of pressure on our lads. But Horkard could take that away. He doesn't. Good penalty. Bottom corner. Plenty of pace. And it was always going in, that one. Labala steps up next. We've got no good penalty taker, so we can't expect a goal at any point. Please don't go behind straight away. Oh, it's straight at him. That is a feeble penalty. Labala throws it away. 1-0 to Arsenal after 1 penalty each. And Collins, the centre-half, steps up now. Here he goes. Can we get back on terms? Good save, Horgard. Again, a poor penalty straight down the middle. Horgard was equal to it, though. And now he's going straight back to the penalty spot because he is next up to take one. Left-footed Horgard. Good finish by the keeper. Jacob Horgard. What a goalkeeper. Now, if he can save 1 or 2 more, he might have just earned himself a medal here. Here comes Burton for Arsenal third. George Burton v Jacob Horgard. Wide! Fantastic! Oh, it's gone wide. We shouldn't celebrate when it's a young team like this. But look, there's no fans at Wembley because it's an under-23 team. Salford, of course, they're in real life until the season's suspended. Oh, I spoke too soon. Ben Close has had a horror show. Straight at the keeper. It's 1-1 after 3 penalties each. Who would have thought it? Here's Godden. Steps up. Goal for Arsenal. They're in the lead with 2 to go. We have to score. Here's Tom Field, the left-footed replacement fullback. He's got a chance here. Can he put it away? He does. Needed to score, did score. Big game player, big game response. And now Smith takes the 5th for Arsenal. So let's save this, score it and get the job done. Smith steps up. Come on, Jacob Horgard. He's gone the wrong way. Arsenal lead again. Up will step Lucas Smith for the 5th penalty. His penalty taking rating is 5 out of 20, don't forget. And he is the man who's got to keep us in the trophy. All of the ones afterwards are just as bad. This is where it could all go wrong. If I was on the sidelines, I probably wouldn't be watching in truth, but that wouldn't make for much entertainment. So here comes Lucas Smith. So much pressure, and it's in. What a penalty. That's fantastic. Right in the corner. Jacob Horgard got out his celebration in the corner, and now he's got to save the day again. Barla steps up for Arsenal. Into the corner. Pressure back on. I think it's Reynolds, the lone player, next. So Reynolds will step up. One of his actions for the club is to try and keep us in this final. Surely we can't lose it on penalties. Yes, another clean sheet. Yes, a good result. But we have to win this. Reynolds is here. Can we complete a double, or will Reynolds miss the penalty? I couldn't be making this take much longer. There's plenty of suspense here. Here comes Reynolds. It's curtains if he misses. He does score. Just. I think it hit the post on the way in. But it's a goal. It's 4-4. Tony Flood up for Arsenal. In again. Oh, I can't take this. Just someone tell me what the score is. I can't take it. Oh, he's stepping up again. I don't even know who it is now. Beresford. Left-footed centre-half. I think his rating is 5 for penalties as well. And he's up against the Arsenal keeper. For the third time we're chasing. This is the worst part about going second. You've never got a chance at a reprieve. So here comes Beresford. Cross your fingers, cross your legs, and cross anything else you can. Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, that's not a way to lose it. So Salford lose the Leasing.com trophy final. An under-23 team win it. Arsenal beat us on penalties 5-4. They're lifting the trophy in the background there. 3 penalties missed. We didn't deserve it. So we're disappointed with the lads. It was a poor performance. Probably could have won it in 90. And what a terrible episode that was. After all the excitement and the good news in the last few, even off the pitch the news was good today. It's all gone wrong. So Salford lose the final. Hopefully that won't affect our league form and we can get over the line. Hopefully get the title as well. That would be a chance for us to get our trophy still this year. Ireland, we've got lots of work to do. But what a shame that episode was. We'll deal with all the press conference stuff off camera. Let me just show you when we're going to be back. It's the last game of the season. Who have we got? We've got Portsmouth away. So a good side. I think they're in mid-table at the moment. 8th place. A few of the bigger sides struggling actually. Preston 11th. They came down with us last year. Sunderland in 15th. But we have got Pompey. So let's hope it's all wrapped up by then. We can just have a party. Start to celebrate after the disappointment today. But if you did enjoy this episode and seeing that bit of disappointment, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I understand that you like to see failure sometimes. So I've no problem with you enjoying moments like this. But I would appreciate your help down in the comments for the Ireland squad. What should we do? What should we look at? We'll take a more in-depth look when we come back for the first competitive game. And for Salford, we've just got to try and wrap up the title now. It's disappointing, but it's a good run anyway. And we did well to get to the final as it was. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from these 2 long-term stories. As we mentioned, we'll be back on Friday with the last game of the season in this one. Dorking Wanderers will be the other day, so Thursday and Saturday. We're at a really interesting point in that series too. We'll have our end of season review tomorrow, so make sure you're up to date if you don't know what happened yesterday. And then on Saturday, we'll have our transfer special in that one. And then as planned on Sunday here, early afternoon, we'll try and do our first ever live stream, work permitting and all that. So I'll keep you updated as the week goes on, both in these videos and on the community tab, and I'll also do so on Twitter as well, so you can follow me over there if you want to find out more. We'll also have our podcast network series starting on Sunday, and I'll put a link to that in the videos next week so you can go and check that one out. And then also on Sunday evening, the normal 4:30 slot, we'll have our first ever football stadium review episode. Real football, myself and a friend doing a 92, so we're just trying to replace the void of not being able to actually go. So let us know down in the comments what you think about the grounds you've visited as well, because we'll be talking about each one individually. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support of the series. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you next time for slightly better news and promotion to the Championship.